Understanding the Netherlands, the ultimate guide to its history, politics, and economy. G'day, guys. How's it going? My name is AussieTash. I'm coming to you all the way from Brisbane, Australia, the land from down under, and I'm wanting to learn more and more about the Netherlands. We're getting back into the channel, guys, in 2024. I really want to dig into the history, the politics, the culture, so let's get into it. We're looking forward to this video. It dropped about 4 months ago. I've read a few comments. It looks interesting. It sounds positive. So let's get into it. Understanding the Netherlands, the ultimate guide to its history, politics, and economy. Let's roll. But before we do, guys, please make sure to jump on, smash the subscribe button. That really helps me out. Okay, let's roll.
Tulips, windmills, bicycles,
Yes.
and the color orange. These are things that most of us associate with the Netherlands.
Absolutely.
But have you ever wondered how the Netherlands even works?
Yes.
The truth is, there's so much more to the Netherlands than meets the eye.
Oh, there would
From
be.
its violent war for independence to the modern era, the Dutch people have been at the center of some of Europe's most gripping historical events.
That's cool.
Join me as I delve into the history, politics, and economics of the Netherlands and give you a quick rundown of how the country works from top to bottom. My name is Marco. You're watching How Countries Work. Let's get to it.
Okay, and this is what I want to learn about. Hey, this is really, really cool. I hope you're accurate, Marco.
The Netherlands is located in Western Europe in an area known as the Low Countries, which also includes Belgium and Luxembourg.
Yes.
It is bordered by the North Sea to the north and west, Belgium to the south, and Germany to the east. Its geographic position is defined by its extensive coastline and numerous rivers, including the Rhine, Meuse, and Scheldt. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century, the area fell under the control of the Kingdom of the Franks. Around this period in the Middle Ages, the people living in the Low Countries became proficient at trading due to the many rivers and access to the sea.
Oh, yes, it
Ghent,
would have been heaps,
Bruges,
hey.
and Antwerp
Yeah.
are all urban cities that flourished from these trading networks, but this also made them targets for Viking raids descending from Norway and Denmark.
Wow.
Over the centuries, the empire of the Franks weakened, and the region of the Low Countries witnessed a fragmentation of power. Various feudal lords, local nobles, and city-states emerged, leading to a decentralized political landscape. The Kingdom of Holland in particular, through its advantageous trading position, was able to exert significant influence on the rest of Europe.
Wow.
Over the 14th and 15th centuries, through marriage alliances, military conquests, and political maneuvering, the Low Countries came under control of first the French Dukes of Burgundy,
The French.
and then with more marriages and more political maneuvering, such as the story of Europe, by the almighty Habsburg dynasty within the Spanish Empire. By the middle of the 16th century, the Low Countries were firmly in the hands of the Spanish.
The Spanish.
Now, it's time to introduce religion into
Okay,
the story.
all right.
It's in the 16th century.
Okay, before we introduce religion, so there's the French, there's the Spanish. Oh my gosh, there is so much going on. Guys, this is the 14th and 15th century. Man, you've got to understand, in the schemes of things here, Australia, we are so young. Captain Cook only come here in 1788. Yes, of course, there was the Aboriginal, the elders who have been on our land for 50,000 years, but there's not a lot of documented history there. It wasn't until the Europeans come and settled in Australia that all the history started coming into play. So you guys are like 400 years older than Australia in your documented history and stuff like that. That is absolutely, it just fascinates me. It really, really does. And then all the trading. When you think about all the water and stuff, yeah, the trading would have been something that you could do by boat. But then the Vikings, they come in and they said, no, we're going to try and take things over, just like they did in Canada. Guys, if you guys don't know my AussieTash Reacts channel, I learned all things about Canada. So yeah, and I've learned that Netherlands and Canada have a really important history. So yeah, guys, check out that channel. It's really, really cool. Okay, let's get back into this. Religion, mate. It always gets its way into history, doesn't it? It absolutely does. Let's get into it.
That the Protestant Reformation took place, where Europe saw a division between regions that remained predominantly Catholic and those that embraced Protestantism.
Okay.
Low Countries, the northern regions in particular, saw a large rise in Protestantism.
Wow.
This was opposed to the staunch Spanish Catholic rule. The religious differences, Catholic ruler's brutal oppression of Protestants, and a growing national identity led to the Dutch Revolt.
Oh.
The northern provinces, headed by William of Orange
Oh,
from
there
the
you
House
go.
of Orange-Nassau,
There's old mate.
declared themselves independent. founding the Dutch Republic.
Okay.
And started a bloody 80-year war against the Habsburg family, headed by King Philip II,
An
for control of the country.
80-year war.
In
Okay, I've got to
1648,
learn about
the
this
Treaty of
war.
Münster confirmed the independence of the northern regions, modern-day Netherlands, while Spain retained control over the more predominantly Catholic regions, modern-day Belgium and Luxembourg. The
Okay.
17th century ushered in a golden age for Dutch power in Europe and across the globe. The Dutch became masters of water and trade, establishing colonies in Indonesia, South Africa, the coast of West Africa, and Suriname in South America.
Okay, let's just pause it for a second. Did you see Australia on the map there? Mate, no one's colonised it yet. The Aboriginal elders, it's still their land. Nobody's rocked up. It's all just the Aboriginal elders, kangaroos. Oh, this is really, really cool. So this is where the colour orange come from. The 80-year war. I'm going to have to find a video and learn about the 80-year war. Man, war history, it fascinates me, especially wars that are 200, 300 years old. So I'm really, really liking this video. Guys, in the comments, let me know, are you finding it accurate? You do these videos, you do get comments saying, no, that's incorrect. Yes, that's correct. Guys, in the comments, please let me know, but please don't be vicious, don't be mean, or comments do get taken down. This is interesting. Let's keep on going.
From valuable resources in these nations such as tea, textiles, and sugar. Spices in particular became a critical asset for the growth of the Netherlands' overseas empire, the Dutch East India Company. Interestingly, the world's first multinational corporation,
Yes.
and maybe the most powerful company in history, even had their own army, controlled the spice trade from Asia. From their control of the sea trade, the Dutch Republic became an economic, military, and political powerhouse in Europe.
Wow.
Dutch power did see a gradual decline, and the nation was taken over and controlled by France during the French Revolution and Napoleonic Wars.
Napoleon.
However, after the wars, a noble called William Frederick, from the House of Orange-Nassau and a descendant of the same William of Orange, was named king of the newly formed United Kingdom of the Netherlands, which included the all-Catholic Spanish Habsburg lands of Belgium and Luxembourg.
Okay.
However, this new kingdom did not last long. The religious and cultural differences between the Protestant Dutch and the newer Catholic regions was too much, however, and the people of Belgium gained their independence during the Belgian Revolution of 1830.
Because they're their own
This formed the
country.
entity as we largely know it today, the Kingdom of the Netherlands.
The Kingdom of the Netherlands.
By the advent of the 20th century, Dutch power on the world stage had greatly diminished. Though it remained neutral during the First World War, the Netherlands was quickly defeated by the Nazi war machine during the early phases of World War II.
Okay, yes, we all know about World War II, what Hitler and his Nazis did to the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, absolutely disgusting. I have got videos planned to watch about World War II and how Canada come in and they liberated the Netherlands from the Germans in World War II. I'm finding this video so fascinating. Your royal family. I cannot wait to learn about your royal family. So I'm in Australia. We are in the Commonwealth. So our head of state currently is King Charles III and Queen Camilla. Ooh. Don't ask AussieTash what she thinks about Queen Camilla, because I myself do follow the guidelines, and if I can't say something nice about somebody, I'm not going to say it at all. Okay, I'm loving this video. It's really cool. Let's keep on going.
Of Nazism in 1945, the Netherlands was freed from German occupation.
Yeah.
In 1952, it became one of the founding members of the European Coal and Steel Community,
Wow.
the proto-version of the European Union.
Lots of coal in
Today,
Australia.
with a population of 17.53 million people, it is the 10th most populous country in Europe.
Okay.
And although it has nowhere near the power it had during the Dutch Golden Age, the country's legacy has left an enormous impact on the global politics, trade, and culture of the world.
Yeah. I'm going to pause it before we learn about current political standings. Okay, so that was 2023. Your population was 17 million. So I'm pretty sure Australia, our population is about 25 million. And we are a lot bigger than the Netherlands. So you guys are cramming them people in, aren't you? Let me explain Australia. I think they say about 80% of the population live no more than 200 kilometers from the coast, because it's just too hot to live like in the middle of Australia, like, you know, where Uluru is. Oh my gosh, today, for an example, we took the dogs out for a walk at like 7 o'clock. It was already like 26 degrees. It was absolutely feral. And like the water is like 10 minutes down the road from where I am. In like central Queensland and in Western Australia and stuff like that, it's like 42 degrees. Some towns you actually live underground where they do all the mining and stuff. You live underground. Coal mining. Coal mining is huge in Australia too. We have BHP here in Australia. Coal mining is something that's really, really big. Okay, chapter 2, current political standings. I don't really know a lot about politics. I don't really know about how the politics in the Netherlands works. I know how it works here in Australia. It doesn't work that well. All right, let's go.
What operated as a republic during its glory days of power, today, the Netherlands is a unitary parliamentary constitutional monarchy.
Okay.
The constitution was drafted in 1814 after the liberation of the country from French rule. The constitution establishes the fundamental principles and framework for the organization and functioning of the Dutch government and society.
Yes.
As a unitary government, supreme power rests with the national government, which is not located in the capital Amsterdam, but in The Hague, with powers granted to 12 separate administrative regions over more local issues such as transportation and the police.
That's the same
Like
as
most
here in
political
Australia.
systems, the power of the government can be defined between the legislative, responsible for making laws, the executive, responsible for implementing laws and the day-to-day management of the government, and the judiciary, responsible for interpreting and settling disputes within the law.
That's very similar
On
to
the
Australia.
legislative side, the States General, or
Yes.
Staten-Generaal of the Netherlands, is the bicameral or two-chamber legislator composed of the House of Representatives
Yeah, we
and
have
the
that.
Senate.
Yeah.
The States General role is to pass laws, approve budgets, and scrutinize the executive government through committees. The House of Representatives, also known as the Second Chamber or Tweede Kamer, is directly elected by Dutch citizens to represent their interest in the lower house.
Yes.
There are 150 seats in total, and elections take place every 4 years.
Ours is
Senate,
3 years,
known
but
as the
ours
First
is,
Chamber,
everything's the
or the
same. This
Eerste
is so
Kamer,
similar.
with 75 seats, is elected by and represents the interest of the 12 provinces of the Netherlands as a whole.
And yes, that sounds very similar to our political system here in Australia. I think we have a vote for the Prime Minister every 3 years, not 4 years. But things are very, very similar. In Australia, we have a premier for, each state and territory. We've got senators. We've got the House of Representatives. And also, our Parliament House is not located in the largest city in Australia, which is Queensland. It has its own individual territory called ACT, Australia Capital Territory, and that's where Canberra is, and that's where you'll find our Parliament House. So all the politicians, they have to live in Canberra. It snows there during the winter. It gets very cold and there's not much there but the Parliament House and all the politicians. It's like Canberra was built just to house Parliament. Yeah.
Scrutinizing force over the government, it can only accept or reject legislation and can never amend or initiate proposals. In essence, the House of Representatives plays a much more significant role in shaping the political landscape of the Netherlands.
Yes.
On the executive side,
Here we go.
the House of Orange-Nassau serves as the hereditary monarchs of the Netherlands. The current king, Willem-Alexander, is the official head of state, but his role is mainly ceremonial, and he must act on the advice of the Prime Minister, the head of government. He acts as a representative of the Dutch people on the world stage, officially appoints the Prime Minister, and signs all laws passed through the Parliament.
Yeah.
Being a parliamentary system, the executive government and the head of government come from within the legislature, specifically the House of Representatives. Whichever party or coalition of parties can form a majority within the second chamber after an election every 4 years wins the election and enters into government.
Yeah.
It is worth noting that the Netherlands uses proportional representation, which ensures that the number of seats a party receives in the House of Representatives is aligned with the percentage of votes it received in an election. This means there is a very even distribution of seats in the States General between political parties. For example, 2021 Dutch election resulted in a staggering 20 political parties making it into the parliament.
Wow.
As a result, parties making compromises and coming together to form coalition governments are the norm in the Netherlands. In fact, a majority government has never happened in the nation's history. This is unlike the UK, where their first-past-the-post voting system means that only a few parties make it into the parliament, and majority governments from one party are the norm.
No,
Prime Minister,
that's
the
not
head
the
of
same.
government, is the leader of the
We're
largest
very
political
similar to
party
the
that can form a
Netherlands.
majority in the second chamber.
Yeah.
They head the Council of Ministers, or Ministerraad, the Dutch cabinet and the main body of the executive branch composed of the Prime Minister and the most senior federal ministers who are responsible for various government departments that run the country, such as the economy, defense, and foreign affairs. And finally, the judicial branch in the Netherlands is an essential component.
Okay, before we talk about the judicial branch, I'm letting you guys know your political system is very much, if not the same as Australia. Maybe we copied from the Netherlands, who knows? I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm not that up to date with how our political system is set up, but going by that, I reckon it's pretty similar. We've got King Charles III as well, but he can't go in and say, no, 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 you can't do that. He's basically there just, wave his little hands and, ceremonial reasons with his Queen Camilla. So, yeah, that does sound very, very similar. I'm really loving this. I'm loving this video. It's opening my eyes to so many more things that I want to learn about the Netherlands. I'm over the stereotype videos. I want to get into the history. I want to get into the economy. I want to learn about the wars and all this stuff. So this video has just introduced me to so many more things that I want to learn, and I'm really, really excited. Okay, guys, let's wrap this up, learning about the judicial system and the economy.
Responsible for upholding the rule of law, interpreting laws, and settling legal disputes. The Dutch legal system is not that different from other legal systems in Europe, as there are multiple levels of courts that settle criminal, civil, administrative, and constitutional cases.
Yeah.
What is important to remember is that the legal system in the Netherlands is widely considered free and independent. The Dutch legal system operates on the principles of the rule of law and a separation of powers, which ensures the independence of the judiciary from political influence.
Yes. It's supposed
On the
to.
economic front, the Netherlands has a diverse and highly developed economy, characterized by a mix of modern industries and traditional sectors. The country has steady natural gas resources and currently accounts for more than 25% of all natural gas reserves in the European Union.
Wow.
They are also one of the world's largest exporters of agricultural products, particularly known for horticulture, flower cultivation, especially tulips, and dairy farming.
Yes, dairy
Due
farming.
to its strategic location and well-developed port infrastructure,
The Hague and your ports
is also
at
a significant
Rotterdam.
player in global trade and logistics. Rotterdam, one of the world's largest ports, facilitates the movements of goods between Europe and the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
The country also has major industries in manufacturing, financial services, and technology and innovation. The Dutch government plays an active role in the economy through various policies and reforms. The country has a market-oriented economy with a focus on fostering a conducive business environment and promoting innovation. The government supports entrepreneurship and invests in research and development to enhance the country's competitiveness on the world stage.
That's really cool.
As of 2023, its GDP stands at $1.29 trillion, ranking 28th on the world stage, behind countries such as Mexico, Russia, and Spain.
Okay.
Due to its smaller population, it does lag behind the European economic powerhouses France and Germany, but its GDP per capita, at almost 73,000, is one of the highest in the world.
That's cool.
While it must still contend with the challenges that other developing countries must face, such as an aging population, labour market reforms, cultural fragmentation from responses to immigration, and the need to adapt to digitalization and automation, as it stands, its citizens enjoy some of the best living conditions on the planet.
Yes, I reckon they would, eh? Okay, guys, there you go. Understanding the Netherlands, the ultimate guide to its history, politics, and economy. We just talk about economy in comparison with Australia. I don't know where we stand on the GDP. I really have no idea. We, export a lot to China. Like, that is one of the main countries that we do deals with. Every prime minister wants to make China happy. So that's just how it goes here in Australia. Homemade stuff. It's really, really sad. But it is cheaper for Australians to buy stuff that comes from China than what it does locally sourced, locally owned products. And with cost of living, it makes it really, really hard to make that choice. It really does. And Anthony Albanese, our current Prime Minister, has actually come in and said, no, there has to be a stop to this. You have to be able to buy more locally sourced, locally grown products. So our major shopping centres, for example, they can't sell any fruit and vegetable produce that come from overseas. They have to come within Australia. Same with dairy, same with meat too, I believe. But they are just price gouging. They're stealing from the farmers, making the farmers sell it to them at really, really small prices and then making us pay like quadruple the price. So our Prime Minister's actually said, no, enough's enough. We are going to sort this out. and they're not supposed to come back from holidays for another 2 weeks, but they're actually going to be meeting in a couple of days because cost of living here in Australia, it is just absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I'm not sure where we lay on GDP. I know that coal is a really, really big industry here in Australia, and dairy. Dairy is really, really big here in Australia. Local fruits and produces and stuff like that. Wine, we sell a lot of wine, which is really, really strange when you think about it because we're Australia. But yeah, we do sell a lot of wine. Nothing like Italy and stuff like that. But yeah, there's probably so much that I'm missing because I really just can't remember, and I'm just trying to think of all these things. But yeah, that was a really cool video, guys. I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's opened my eyes to so many more things I want to learn about the Netherlands. Guys, in the comments, share with me some videos, some suggestions of what you'd like me to talk about, what you'd like me to learn about. Join us on Discord. Renee, Peter J, Gerben, mate. You've got so many suggestions thrown in there. I am getting to them. I'm so excited. I'm going to learn heaps about the Netherlands in 2024. Guys, please jump on and subscribe. That really helps me out. Okay, that was the video for today, guys. If you liked it, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and of course, remember to subscribe. That really helps me out. Cheers to Down Under. Take care. Bye.